It's so easy, don't you think, to spend the preponderance of our time with people who are just like us. You know, people who look like us, dress like us, talk like us, think like us, like the same things that we like, dislike the same things that we dislike. But Jesus says, hey, wait a minute. I think I'd prefer that you go out on the streets and over to the shores. I can say that because I serve in the Great Lakes of Iowa. Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. That's part of the Sermon on the Mount. It comes early on in the sermon, doesn't it? And that's the spot where Jesus says to all of those early disciples, and including to people like you and me, you are the light of the world. Jesus' birth was signaled by the rising of his star. And when he settled in Capernaum by the sea, he fulfilled the prophecy of the dawning of a great light. Poets and sages sang of the Lord God as light and praised both the law of God and teachers of that law as lamps, as lights for the human path. Astonishingly, in this great sermon on the side of a mountain, Jesus uses those words of us. I was reading an article in the paper just the other day about a shooting at a baseball field. This happened back in 2017. Maybe you heard about this. In 2017, a gunman opened fire while a group of Republican lawmakers was practicing for a charity baseball game. I knew about that, but I did not know about this next part. The baseball practice was almost over on June 14, 2017, when the shooter opened fire. He was killed in a shootout with U.S. Capitol Police. 5 people, including a congressman from Louisiana, were injured. Him seriously. But another congressman, a podiatrist who was a surgeon in the U.S. Army, used scissors to cut through that other congressman's pant leg to assess the damage and try to stop the bleeding. I felt like I was back in Iraq, he said at the time. Honestly, coming to the aid of one of your colleagues, that really is what Jesus is talking about when he says, I want you to be out on the streets and over by the shores. I want you to see the people there. I want you to notice them, not look past them or just walk by them. No, I want you to notice them, and I especially want you to notice their needs and see what you can do about those needs. That, after all, is what I've called you to do And it's what I mean when I say, inasmuch as you do this for the least of these, for any of them, you do it for me. And as you and I might say, it's also what grace to go looks like.